All right, so let's see. Let's go where we are. Let's see, where did it start? Okay, so yeah. So let's just read the top on page Kuf Kaf Hey first, just to get back to the flavor of what we're talking about. Rabbi Shimon's words are V'ha'aretz Tinyana Lav B'chushban, and then it says that it's not part of the count of the seven, the Golgotha. This is something else. And then it says V'ha'idmar Mahaki the Islavia Lislataya is pronounced Novka. So it comes out of the curse, the Ksiv, because it's written Min Adamah Asher Arara Hashem, for the land, the earth. We'll use the word Adamah, which I see also it's the word of Adam, which is also could be the word Edom, and then it has a hey at the end. So he's going to say, because that's what's cursed over there. Hoisa Tohu Ovohu, then there was something called Tohu Ovohu, V'choshek Apanei Tahom, V'ruach Elokim Marachefes Apanei Amayim. So then this goes through the next pasuk. This is the next pasuk, which contains 14 words, or possibly 13. Tleisers, this is 13. Tani Betleser Yakira de Yakiruso, and this then is rooted in the 13 tikkunim of the beard of Eric Anpen. So let's go over here, and I said that we should start again a number tests because we got kind of started there. So let's go back to number ches on the previous page and read up to it. So he said, "V'hu inyan tikun amalchus shenaasa ayidei Noach." So he's talking about Noach is going to bring her up out of the Adamah. Shehotzi as the malchus adikbras Adamah min haklala. So that's where I got the idea. It's really like Edom hay, which is a redness in the hay. That my personal word. Min hakleva chadav shalaklipa. Dechsev kamosha kasav. Zeh yanachamenu. So this should comfort us, from our deeds, and for the grief that we did with our hands, I guess. Then it says, Min erara Hashem, from the earth that Hashem had cursed. Now that's where we're at right now. So he says, and we read a little bit of this yesterday, but we'll go through it now. Ray Ba'or Yakar, he says over the Shabir Khan, explains this, Inyan atikut shena'asa ayidei Noach. Evazel Lashano Shuhu Na'asis Aduma. So it becomes red. Bedinim Amishpoim law. Okay, so I didn't make it up. It was over here. Ve'ein tikun dinehu ela al yedecha yisod. So there is no tikun for those dinim except contact with the yisod and nikra Noach. Why is Noach called yisod? Ka'omro Noach lemor. So that's interesting. Noach is a gematria 58. Like I told you, we have lots of ear problems over here. And he says that Noach is also the lashon of Yesod. My name is Baruch. So it goes all, that kind of fits. Noach Vadai. This Noach. Shuhu HaYesod. HaMisyached in the Malchus that makes a yichud with Malchus. Well. Yakasha HaKol Yivanachamenuch Min Adamah Asher Arara Hashem. And so then I'll get comfort over there from the earth that Hashem cursed. Behind the Shekol Havdinim V'Chitzonim, Tefusim Bo, all of them hold on to Malchus. B'nafka Ayudacha Yisod. So how do we get anything out in the Kedusha out of Malchus? It comes as a result of the Yisod, who was just Noach, Melatusa Didor, from her cursed state, Adkan. So he said, V'ayin Sham, Ma Shabir Bezeh, Lifi Darko. I see he says V'rei Od B'hara Habor. He says V'ayin Zecha V'rei B'bir HaGroa. And then we come over here to the Groa, and this is what the Groa says. Be'esa Pagam Apirid Chas V'Shalom. So when there's a Pagam, it causes separation, that is the Malchus, Hozeres of Malchus, the Klipas Chas V'Shalom. The Malchus goes back into the Klipa. So he says, let me see if I can get this a little closer. That's it. Chas v'sholem, she'ein locha b'tikin rak be'izdab kocha b'dechura, so she can't get out of it. She's really stuck over there unless there's a possibility that the male will come to her. That is the dechura, that is the yetz, we said. B'chet Adamah Rishon, so when the chet came to Adamah Rishon, ne'emer arura ha'adamah bavorech, that the land became cursed because of you. Yarda a malchus, this causes the malchus, the land is malchus v'arura ha'adamah bavorech, ha'malchus chas v'sholem the klipos. This is a statement that describes that the malchus went into the klipos. Ad sheba Noach, and it was like that until Noach came. Shehu darga de tzaddik, kamoshe ne'emecha b'ki oscha re'isi tzaddik, because you, I have seen tzaddik, etc. Kamoshe amro, like they say like this, naicha la'ela, naicha latata. So it's good up above and good down below. Pleasant up above, pleasant up above. Lashon Noach, that's all. Naicha is Lashon Noach. Bisbas Musach of Shalom says Shal Malchus. So now he says that Malchus, I guess, sweetening herself. I'm not sure what he means there. The perfuming Shalom, her perfume Shalom Malchus, who b'tzadik. I guess it means in the tzaddik, or he either gives the Isbas Musach Shalom. I guess that means the sweetening of her Shalom Malchus, who b'tzadik is with the tzaddik. That's better translation. V'tikon also, and he rebuilds her. So he said, Emar, so he said, Zeh Yenachameni, etc., that pasuk, that this will bring Noach, Nochomo, into the word, Min HaChadam Hashem, Eretz Hashem, from the word that Hashem had cursed. So this is what it says over here, Sifra D'tzniuta, that's us, we're actually quoting that over there. Kan Min HaChadam Ad Kan, V'ayim Sham, V'hinei, Hagra bir the vidarko. The Gra comes and he explains according to his way, as he has been practically. I guess he means he had been in his, according to the thinking previous to this. The Ira b'malchus nukva dezah. This is all calling about malchus, the nukva dezah, which is another way of saying that malchus fell into klipas. Is the not malchus was the nukva dezah. You can do the same thing in regards to all the other 7 malachim. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Shehem nekroim b'klalos malchus, because the same thing happens with malchus, and so I guess all of the other malachim are affected by the yichud of Yisod and malchus. Besod v'ha'aretz, and then it becomes like the aretz of a canal b'shem Eitz Chaim. Okay, all of that over there. Now let's go over to number Yud. After number Tes, it said, going back up at the top, so now she's rebelled. She comes out of the klipos, he nikras Eretz. Then she's called by a different name, v'zehu inyan tevis v'ha'aretz. So that's what it means when it says that. Okay. Let's go to number Yud. Number Yud, when it came to the word Haaretz, it says Rei Bi'or Yakar. Look over there in the Or Yakar. Let me get down a little bit more here. Rei Bi'or Yakar, Shabir, and explains like this. Ki benefilas amalcha beklipas nikras Adamah. When she falls into the klipa, she's called by this name. And V'atar nikras Eretz. She has a different name. So he said, so then when it starts to speak V'ha'aretz, that she's on the way out. So she comes out of the curse, her curse. And then she comes up and she ties herself, I guess, to the Yisod of Zeranpin. She comes out, she becomes Eretz. And the kasheris behind her, then she becomes skipped, she comes, excuse me, I'm reading something else. Then she becomes the Kesheres, behind the Sod, the Haaretz, that's the secret of the Haaretz, behind the Malchus, Ametaheres, Atzma. So he says the word, like we say, Eretz Yisrael, or anytime we use the word Eretz, he's telling us that this is really referring to Malchus coming out of the Klipa of Mishana Shema, Mishem Adamah, L'Shem Eretz, and her name changes. Now I made a note to skip number Yud Beis and go to number Yud Gimel. So let's look after number Yud. Number Yud, that's the one we just read. V'hinera mevur min tevis v'ha'aretz, eina romevs the echad min atikunim. So when he says the ha'aretz, it's separate from all of the rest of the tikunim. Elo hu b'bechinas ha'malchus shenesakenes ha'yedech atikunim, because she, this is the aspect of Malchus, which received a certain level of tikkun, that is the fallen. He's talking about the kings that fell, all of them that fell. That's the Malchus he's talking about. I believe it refers to all of them. It's what the Gra said. He says, so the tikkunim's Gilgalta is now shining, as we said before, into the fallen area, which is where Malchus is located now. Hanirmazim b'shar hatevos behemshek hapasuk. So he says, as you go on to all the rest of the words as the pasuk goes on, he says that the tikkunim are mentioned in the other words, but not in the word for haaretz itself. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he meant by that. Does he mean that when you say to the haaretz, it means a new condition? A new condition is out of the klipa, and then so that's what haaretz means. That's why I'm understanding it right this minute. But then you put all the rest of them in. The rest of the words in the pasuk are 13. There, the rem is there. B'shar hateva shebehemshek hapasuk, ki hinei behemshek hapasuk kasav v'hoysa tohu vohu choshek al pnei tahom v'ruach elokim merachefetz b'nei hamayim. Now, in the Pirush, he goes through all of these. Where he goes through all of these things down here. So he counts them up. So I'm going down to the bottom. Skip the count. Ve'hein romazin the kamba bechinos shall shvira. This is really talking to you why we have all of these different kinds of names, different aspects of the shvira. Misa shall shevis malachim. This refers to that. Maybe I should have read it and given a little more flavor to it. So I will read it. We have like 3 minutes. He says the haino. The first one is hoisa. Then it says tohu. Then it says uvohu. V'choshek, and then a peyamayim, al is number 5, and number 6 is number penei at the home. Let's go. I'm not going to go through any more. So let's go back and over here to number Yud Gimel. It's down at the bottom of the page, and we'll see what we could do here to get this. Let me get on the page. He says Yud Gimel. He says Ki kol a pasuk hasheni. There's a hoisa tohu uvohu v'choshek b'derech batahom v'ruach elokim merachefetz al peyamayim. Ardi ve'bechinas misas zayin malachim. What is this talking about? It's talking about death. The death of the 7 malachim. Of ha'aras b'shem Eitz Chaim. So this comes out of the Eitz Chaim. He says in Shar Ches. The bechinas hatikun maskil rak b'pasuk hashlishi. V'yomer Elokim Yehi Or. When you see that phrase, that's where it actually starts the tikkun. Everything else, he says, is a description of the oiveis mir of the klipa. Rei Gam B'Likuti Torah, he says over the Shabir, the lush of the pasuk kolul harbe bechinu shal shavir. He says it incorporates within itself all different kinds of aspects of shavira. Okay, I lost you somewhere in there. Okay, so he says, I'm at the bottom of the page, he says, Ayin Sham V'rei B'Likuti Torah, he says, Shabir the Lashon of Pasuk, Kolol Harbe B'Kinu Shal Shavira, it has many different kinds of Shavira, Ubir, and explains what? He says, Sham, he said, V'zel Lashon V'Amat Tohu Uvohu V'Choshech Shucha Shavira, which really talks about, that's breaking it. So there's so many different aspects. I guess he means of Shavira. So Shazu Naflach of the Mata Bezu, one fell worse than the next, lower. L'kach amra b'tohu avohu, so then he adds those in. It goes to the tohu and the vohu. V'yadua shechakelim v'hashvira hanishbarim. That's the meaning of that phrase. Kisham b'rosh habriya, there at rosh habriya, hu panei tahom. That's the place which is called the face of the depth. In other words, I guess the mouth, like that. It's like it opens it up. Ki misham b'lamata hu hamayim. That's where you find the mayim down below. I'm not sure what that metaphor is there. Let's see. So he said, who that it was able to this is the light that's left over that was not able to be handled by the kalim. That's what that means. That all that fell down into them was the rapach. He said, that's about has the word rapach in it. So he said, so he says, Mace rapach. Wow. He says, Shehem gematria av rayo. Wow, another one. Bang, bang, bang. So then after the Shavira, what happens is he has this yichud. So he says, Elyon, this is av sag the ak. He said the ak. That's the power that makes the fixing. This is the ma hachodosh. He said, Hashem Yehia or V'Yehia or V'az Na'asach a B'tikun, it said Ad Khan. So maybe we'll look at that one tomorrow, because I think it's got to be digested a little bit.
All right, good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.